6 toxic habits you should never accept, even from family members. There comes a moment in life when staying silent no longer feels like peace. It feels like pain. It is when your kindness begins to look like weakness and your forgiveness starts to look like permission. That is when you realize that peace without clear limits is not peace at all. It is just quiet suffering. The reality is, no matter how much you care for someone, you must never let that love ruin your self-respect, because people who truly value you will not ask you to lose yourself to keep them. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that the soul is colored by its thoughts. If you let toxic behavior stay in your space, it will start to change your soul slowly and quietly until you forget who you really are. So, in this video, we will look closely at 6 toxic behaviors you should never tolerate. Not from strangers, not from friends, and not even from your own family. True strength is not about how much weight you can carry. It is about what you refuse to accept. 1. Disrespect disguised as jokes. They make fun of your dreams. They look down on your hard work. And when you speak up, they laugh and tell you to relax because it is just a joke. But remember this, a joke that makes you feel small is not humor. It is hidden disrespect. When you keep laughing along, you are not being easygoing. You are teaching them that it is okay to treat you poorly. Marcus Aurelius said the best revenge is to not be like your enemy. So do not fight fire with fire. Fight it with indifference. When someone jokes at your expense, stay calm. Look them in the eyes and say nothing. Your silence will say more than anger ever could, because silence based on self-respect becomes power. 2. Emotional manipulation. Manipulators are experts at using guilt. They turn your care into a way to control you. They use your kindness to make you doubt your worth. You will hear things like, "I thought you cared about me," or "After all I have done for you." But Stoicism teaches us that you are responsible for your own actions, not their feelings. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in our minds than in reality." Manipulators know this. They play with your thoughts, not your heart. The Stoic answer is to stop fighting to be understood. Simply stand firm in your truth. Let your calmness frustrate their chaos. You do not owe anyone your mental balance just because they have lost theirs. 3. Constant negativity. Energy spreads easily. Some people enter your life and bring peace. Others leave you feeling tired, heavy, and worried. These are emotional vampires, people who live in a cycle of complaining, criticizing, and chaos. They do not want answers, they want pity. But a Stoic knows the mind must be protected like a fortress. Epictetus taught that the key is to stay only with people who lift you up and whose presence brings out your best side. You cannot build a peaceful life in the middle of constant noise. You do not have to argue with them or try to fix them. Just quietly walk away. You can love people deeply and still love yourself enough to leave. Protect your peace as if your life depends on it, because it does. The quality of your peace decides the quality of your mind. 4. A lack of accountability. There is a specific kind of person who never takes blame for anything. When they fail, it is always someone else's fault. When they hurt you, somehow you become the reason why. These people are dangerous because they use up your energy without feeling bad. A Stoic never begs for apologies. He looks at patterns. If someone's behavior stays the same after you forgive them, it means your forgiveness became their permission to keep doing it. Marcus Aurelius said to waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be and just be one. So lead with honesty, but walk away from those who refuse to do the same. You cannot fix people who are dedicated to misunderstanding you. You can only remove yourself from their mess and return to your calm. 5. Envy and hidden competition. Some people smile at your success, but secretly hate it. They will act like they support you, but you can feel the tension in their words and the tone in their voice. Their eyes dim when you shine bright. Stoicism teaches us to be observant, not paranoid. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts, and the thoughts of jealous people are poisoned by comparison. You must understand that not everyone clapping for you is actually proud of you. Some only clap to stay close enough to see when you trip. Do not waste energy explaining yourself or proving your worth. Keep moving forward in silence. Protect your progress by staying humble but not foolish. Those who are jealous of your peace are often those who have not found their own. 6. Disrespecting your boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are the gates that protect your peace, your time, and your mind. When you say no and someone keeps pushing, that is not love. That is control. When you set a line and they keep crossing it, that is not care. That is entitlement. Epictetus said that no person is free if they are not the master of themselves. To be your own master, you must stop explaining your rules to people who are committed to breaking them. A stoic person does not shout about his boundaries. He enforces them calmly. When you value your time, people start to respect it. When you value your energy, they stop draining it. And when you start walking away without getting angry, that is when you have truly mastered control. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the closer a man gets to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. That is what Stoicism is truly about. It is calmness, awareness, and a quiet kind of power that does not need approval from others. So do not tolerate what drains your peace. Do not explain your boundaries over and over. And do not apologize for changing into someone who finally respects himself enough to say, enough. Peace is not found by being alone. It is found through inner discipline. And that discipline starts the moment you stop accepting what no longer deserves a place in your life. This is Stoic true wisdom, where you learn the art of emotional control, masculine peace, and lasting power. Subscribe and join the journey to become calm, grounded, and incredibly strong. To continue your journey in mastering your life, you must understand that protecting your spirit is an ongoing practice. It is not a one-time choice, but a daily commitment to your own worth. Many people believe that being a good person means accepting everything that comes their way, but true virtue requires the courage to say no. When you allow toxic people to stay in your inner circle, you are essentially giving them a seat at the table of your future. You are allowing their voices to mix with your own thoughts. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we have total power over who we allow to influence our minds. The path to a strong life is often a lonely one at first. When you stop tolerating bad behavior, some people will call you cold or distant. They will miss the version of you that they could easily control. But you must remember that their discomfort is not your responsibility. Your only duty is to live in a way that matches your values. If a relationship requires you to sacrifice your honesty or your mental health, then that relationship is too expensive. You are not being selfish by choosing your peace, you are being wise. A vessel that is constantly leaking cannot carry water, and a person who is constantly drained by others cannot fulfill their true purpose. True power is found in the space between a challenge and your response. When someone tries to pull you into their drama or make you feel small, take a deep breath and realize that you have a choice. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. You do not have to defend your character to those who have already decided to think the worst of you. By staying calm, you keep your power. By walking away, you win. This is how you build a life of dignity. This is how you show the world that your time and your heart are valuable. As you move forward, focus on the few who truly nourish your soul. Seek out the friends and mentors who challenge you to grow and who respect your limits without being asked. These are the people who help you color your soul with the bright shades of wisdom and courage. Leave the rest behind with no bitterness and no regret. You are moving toward a better version of yourself, and that journey requires you to travel light. Keep your mind clear, keep your heart guarded, and never apologize for protecting the person you are becoming. To truly master your environment, you must also look at how you handle your own reactions. Stoicism is not about having a heart of stone, but about having a mind of iron. It is about knowing that no one can hurt your feelings or ruin your day without your consent. When you stop looking for others to validate your choices, you take back the keys to your own happiness. Most people spend their lives trying to please those who do not even matter, while neglecting the one person who does, themselves. You must become your own best friend and your own strictest judge. One of the hardest truths to accept is that some people are committed to their own brokenness. You might want to save them or show them a better way, but you cannot fix a person who does not see a problem with their behavior. Pity is a trap that often leads to your own destruction. You can feel for someone's struggle without letting their struggle become your own. Real maturity is realizing that your energy is a limited resource. If you spend it all trying to keep others afloat, you will eventually sink yourself. Instead, focus on your own growth and let your success be your noise. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you no longer have to explain yourself. When you live with integrity, your actions speak louder than any argument ever could. If people choose to walk away because you set a boundary, let them go. Their departure is simply making room for something better. You are creating a life where peace is the priority, and anyone who threatens that peace no longer has a place in your circle. This journey of self-respect is not a destination, but a way of walking through the world. Every time you say no to a toxic person, you are saying yes to your future. Every time you choose silence over a useless fight, you are choosing strength over ego. You are building a foundation that cannot be shaken by the opinions of others. This is the art of living well. Stay focused on your path, keep your head high, and remember that a calm mind is the greatest weapon you possess. In the final stage of this transformation, you must learn to stand in your power without feeling the need to explain your reasons. Many people fail because they wait for the person hurting them to understand why their behavior is wrong. You must realize that a person who does not value you will never value your explanations. Your life is not a courtroom, and you do not need to prove your case to anyone. When you stop explaining, you stop giving others the chance to argue with your reality. This is the ultimate form of self-ownership. Living with this kind of focus means you will eventually find a deep sense of freedom. You will notice that the weight on your shoulders starts to lift when you stop carrying the problems of people who refuse to help themselves. This freedom allows you to put all your energy into your own goals, your own health, and your own family. You become a person of substance, someone who cannot be easily moved by the storms of other people's emotions. You are no longer a victim of your surroundings, but the creator of your own atmosphere. Always remember that the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you allow yourself to be a doormat, people will walk on you. But if you stand tall and hold your ground with quiet dignity, the world eventually adjusts to your new strength. It takes time to break old habits of people-pleasing, but every small victory counts. Each time you choose your peace over someone else's drama, you are rewiring your brain for success and strength. As you close this chapter and start a new one, hold on to the truth that your life is your own. You are the only person who has to live with your choices every single day. Make choices that make you proud when you look in the mirror. Surround yourself with silence when needed. Seek out wisdom always, and never let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your own soul. You are now equipped with the mindset of a stoic, ready to face any challenge with a calm heart and an unshakable mind. This is your journey, and you are finally in control. Building this inner strength requires you to understand the difference between being a good person and being a weak person. Many people confuse patience with the slow destruction of their own character. They think that by putting up with mistreatment, they are showing a noble heart. But the ancient masters knew that a person who cannot defend their own soul cannot be truly virtuous. Virtue requires you to be the guard of your own gate. If you let everyone in, including those who wish to burn your house down, you are not being kind. You are being reckless with the life you were given. You must learn to look at people as they are, not as you wish they were. Hope can be a dangerous thing when it is used to ignore the truth. You might hope a family member changes or a friend finally sees your value, but hope without action is just a delay of pain. Stoicism teaches us to see the world with clear eyes. If someone shows you through their actions that they do not respect you, believe them the first time. Do not wait for 100 signs. By accepting the reality of a situation immediately, you save yourself months or even years of wasted emotional energy. This shift in your mindset will change your physical energy as well. When you stop carrying the heavy burden of other people's expectations, your body and mind begin to heal. You will find that you have more focus for your work, more love for those who actually deserve it, and more sleep at night. The tension in your shoulders starts to fade because you are no longer bracing yourself for the next attack or the next disappointment. You are finally living in your own house, under your own rules, and breathing your own air. This is what it means to be truly alive and truly free. As you walk this path, keep your goals close to your heart. You do not need to announce your new boundaries to the world or post about your changes on social media. True power is quiet. Let your change be felt in the way you no longer react to insults. Let it be seen in the way you spend your time. When you become a person of high standards, the wrong people will naturally feel uncomfortable around you and leave on their own. This is a natural cleaning of your life. Trust the process, trust your silence, and above all, trust that you are worthy of a life filled with nothing but respect and peace. True wisdom is knowing that you are the gardener of your own mind. If you do not pull out the weeds of toxic relationships, they will eventually take over the entire garden. You cannot grow a beautiful life if you are constantly giving your water and sunlight to people who only want to see you fail. Every minute you spend arguing with someone who does not respect you is a minute you steal from your own growth. You must become very protective of your time because it is the only thing you can never get back. Once you realize how valuable your energy is, you will become very careful about who you share it with. There is a great power in being able to sit alone in a room and be at peace. Most people are afraid of silence because it forces them to face their own thoughts. They fill their lives with noise and toxic people just to avoid being lonely. But a Stoic understands that being alone is not the same as being lonely. It is in the quiet moments that you find your true strength. When you are no longer chasing the crowd, you can finally hear the direction of your own soul. You start to see that many of the things you once feared are actually small and unimportant. You learn that you are enough just as you are, without needing anyone else to tell you so. As you become stronger, you will notice that your circle gets smaller, but the quality of your life gets much higher. You will prefer the company of one honest friend over 100 fake ones. You will choose a quiet night of reading or reflection over a loud party full of drama. This is not because you have become boring, but because you have become deep. You are no longer interested in surface-level things. You want substance, you want truth, and you want peace. This new version of you is not a mistake. It is the person you were always meant to be before the world told you who you should be. Stay consistent on this path even when it feels difficult. There will be days when the old habits try to pull you back, or when a family member tries to make you feel guilty for changing. In those moments, remember why you started. Remember the pain of the quiet suffering you used to endure. Hold your head high and keep moving forward. You are building a legacy of self-respect that will inspire others even if they do not say it out loud. You are proving that it is possible to be kind without being a victim and to be strong without being cruel. This is the art of Stoic living, and you are mastering it one breath at a time. The final shift happens when you stop seeing these boundaries as a burden and start seeing them as an honor. It is an honor to protect the life you have been given. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for a special occasion to be happy, but the truly wise know that the special occasion is a mind free from unnecessary drama. When you walk away from a toxic situation, you aren't just leaving a person. You are arriving at yourself. You are choosing to spend your remaining days in a house of your own building, where the air is clear and the foundation is built on truth. You must understand that people will always have opinions about your new way of life. Some will call you selfish, and others will say you have changed. To a Stoic, these words are just noise. The wind blows, but the mountain does not move. You must be that mountain. If someone's opinion of you is based on how well they can use you, then their opinion has no real value. The only judgment that matters is the one you make of yourself when you are alone at night. If you can look at your actions and see that you were fair, honest, and firm, then you have won the day. This journey also requires you to forgive yourself for the times you let people walk all over you in the past. Do not carry the weight of old regrets. You did not know then what you know now. Every moment of quiet suffering you went through was actually a lesson that prepared you for this strength. Without that pain, you might never have discovered the power of your own no. Use your past as a teacher, not as a prison. Every scar on your character is a mark of a battle you survived, and every battle has made you more prepared for the peace you now enjoy. As you conclude this transition, remember that Stoicism is not a destination you reach and then stop. It is a way of breathing. It is the practice of constantly asking yourself, does this person or situation deserve my peace? If the answer is no, then you have your instruction. You do not need to be angry or loud about it. You simply move your energy elsewhere. You are a person of value, a person of depth, and a person of unshakable power. Keep your eyes on your own path. Keep your heart open to those who are worthy, and keep your soul protected at all costs. You are finally home. To reach the peak of this mindset, you must embrace the concept of radical self-reliance. This does not mean you stop loving others, but it means you stop needing them to agree with your path. When you become your own source of approval, the power that toxic people once held over you vanishes completely. They can no longer use the threat of their anger or their withdrawal to make you stay small. You realize that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with your own conscience. If you are right with yourself, the chaos of the world cannot shake you. You should also recognize that your transformation will act as a mirror for those around you. When you start respecting your time and energy, people who are lazy or manipulative will feel judged by your mere presence. They may lash out or try to bring you back down to their level because your growth highlights their lack of progress. Do not let their reaction pull you back into the mud. A star does not stop shining because it makes the darkness visible. Your job is to stay bright and keep moving toward your purpose. Your consistency is your greatest argument. As you master these 6 behaviors, you will find that your life naturally simplifies. You stop wasting hours overthinking a rude comment or a family member's guilt trip. You gain a level of mental clarity that allows you to solve problems faster and enjoy simple pleasures more deeply. This is the reward for the hard work of setting boundaries. You are no longer fighting a war on 100 fronts. You are protecting a single beautiful fortress. This clarity is the foundation of true masculine peace and unshakable wisdom. Finally, understand that being a Stoic is about the long game. There will be days when you feel tired or when an old friend tries to cross a line you thought you had already drawn. In those moments, do not be discouraged. Simply return to your principles. Remind yourself that you are a master of your own soul and that no one has the power to take your peace unless you give it away. You have learned the art of control, the value of silence, and the strength of a calm mind. Carry these lessons forward with pride. You are no longer just surviving. You are leading your own life with dignity and power. In this final stage of your journey, you must accept that the highest form of power is the ability to remain unchanged by the opinions of others. People will always try to tell you who you should be, especially when they can no longer use you for their own gain. They might call your new boundaries cold or tell you that you have lost your way. However, you must realize that their words are just air. A mountain does not bow to the wind, and a person of character does not bow to the noise of the crowd. Your only duty is to remain true to your own soul and to the principles that bring you peace. You are now entering a phase where your life is no longer a reaction to other people's drama. Instead, it is a deliberate creation of your own. When you stop looking for others to tell you that you are doing the right thing, you become truly free. This independence is not about being lonely. It is about being complete. When you are complete within yourself, you bring a different kind of energy to the world. You no longer enter rooms seeking attention. You enter them bringing a sense of calm and stability that others can feel. This is the quiet authority of a person who knows exactly who they are. As you look ahead, remember that every day is a fresh opportunity to practice this inner discipline. There will be times when old habits try to return, or when a family member tries to use your past against you. Do not let these moments pull you back into the fire. Simply observe them as tests of your progress. Each time you remain calm in the face of chaos, your strength grows. Each time you choose your mental health over a pointless argument, you are building a wall that no toxic person can climb. You are finally becoming the master of your own mind and the captain of your own fate. This is the end of the old way of living and the beginning of a life defined by respect, clarity, and strength. You have learned that you do not need to explain your worth or beg for your place at the table. You have discovered that peace is something you create, not something you find. Carry this wisdom with you like a shield. Let it protect you from the shadows of the past and guide you toward a future where your heart is light and your mind is steady. You have done the hard work of letting go, and now you are ready to truly live.